versatile, but he's got great speed. He can shoot the ball from outside, so you got to go out and get him, and then he goes around you. He's great in the open floor. He makes plays for people, himself and other people. He's just a gamer. He just comes at you, so you got to be ready to compete against him.
Playing somebody of this caliber this early, are you?
Wait a minute, hold on a second. Who did you ask me about?
Delgado.
All right, my bad. I was thinking about Carrington, so let's start over. I'm like, wait a minute, he's asking about Delgado. Now Delgado, what I liked about him, he's got an unbelievable pair of hands. So he catches everything and he gets his hands on rebounds, and when those guys like Carrington and Rodriguez are throwing the ball, they're it's coming hot. He catches everything. I mean, he's got a low post game. He's tough. He's got a toughness, and so what I said about competing is true. I mean, he's a competitor. But I also think, as good as he was last year, I think his role has expanded this year. They're going to him a lot, with the perimeter guys they have. I mean, they're really focusing on being able to have an inside-outside game, and you've got three big-time scorers, and he's one of them.
Playing somebody of this caliber this early, is it going to be good for these guys to face a power conference school?
Well, the thing about them is, I mean, obviously they're coming off a 25-win season. I mean, they beat Villanova in the Big East championship game. And they replaced the one guy who went to the league with a fifth-year guy. So you have 4 juniors and a fifth-year senior. But they have an expectation of winning. They have a winning culture. Kevin's a terrific coach. I've known him a long time. I used to go against him when he was at Siena. I was at Siena. He was at Iona. So they present a lot of challenges. They have size. They have tremendous speed. They have experience. They have a multitude of scorers, and I think they have a sufficient amount of depth. And they're going to challenge you with some defenses, and I think ultimately an innate ability to compete. And that's what these kids do. If you watch them over and over, like I have, they're all capable of making plays at the end of the game. They all play defense. They all run the floor. And they just kind of keep coming at you. And I think that's kind of what our league is. So that's why we play, the Gavitt games. You play a team like that early. It was always the ACC Big Ten Challenge and the Iowa State game for us before the tournament and the Classic in Des Moines. So they were all really challenged us in the preseason, those 4 opportunities. Now there's a 5th, and it always comes earlier. But you watch some of these games. I watched the Villanova, Purdue game. That was like a Final Four atmosphere in November, and I think that was the purpose behind playing these games. Compelling television, I think, for a lot of basketball fans, but as it relates to trying to get your own team ready. Like last year, for example, was also good. We had to go on the road and beat a really good Marquette team in the Bradley Center. It was a great opportunity for us early on, and it was an opportunity for them to grow. They were young, and this year, we're a little bit on the younger side.